Today, Portraits 2, I'm going to try, I'm going to try and do a high key shot like we used to do them in black and white. Now in black and white it's pretty easy because you up the contrast, etc, etc. But in colour it's something different because we've got it all to do on the computer as well. You can't get a real high key shot, as I know them, without going onto the computer. So I'm not going to blast the background like a lot of people do, because that's not really high key. You can get high key is when it's very light in the face. It's a different sort of technique. Now, I can blast the background, but her face will still be as normal because of the light, the way it falls. It'll still be full of colour. So we have to get the colour out of the face to get a real high key portrait. So let's have a go and we'll see how we get on. Right, and as you see, we're going to start the shot with just a beauty light over the top and a sheet of polystyrene on the right hand side with a white background. You'll notice it's got one light on the white background. So we're just now waiting for the model to arrive. When she arrives, we'll introduce her. She's arrived. Now this is Audrey. Hello. A bit more lively than that. Come on, hello.
Hello.
That's better. So you see, you've got to get the model relaxed, and that's the major thing. And she's very relaxed, and I've never met her before, and I'm quite pleased with what I've got in front of me. So let's get on. As I say, we're going to try and do something high key. Already that light's looking pretty high key, so let's get on and see what we can do. Well, let's have a look at the lighting diagram. Now, as you see from this, I've changed the polystyrene for a less light reflector because I didn't feel that the polystyrene was strong enough. You can see the beauty dish, and I've got the dimensions there of how high it is. It's pointing down at about 45 degrees. One light on the background, and that's it. Now you won't get a simpler light setup than that. Now I presume you can read what I've written, but if not, as I said, it's angled down 45 degrees, it's 200 watt seconds, it's 1 meter from the subject, and about 2 meters from the floor, shining down at 45 degrees. The backlight is at 150 watt seconds, and it's angled up at about 30 degrees. Got that in place now, and it's just hang on, I'll show you. It's just throwing much more light on the side of her head, of her face, and that'll help us get this high key effect. Now I've given her a cup of tea. Drink the tea because that also helps to get people relaxed. I'm not one that uses music in the studio, but some people do. Now I'm just going to drop down the beauty dish just a little bit to increase the reflections in her eyes, but it's virtually, it's only about 10 centimeters. I just have to be touching lights all the time. Well, let's get on with taking some pictures. This is the first one out of the camera. Whoa! I think we forgot to reset our color balance for the flash, but it actually, when you look at it, it could be quite useful. Maybe we'll just up the colour balance a bit and we'll put it at something like 4500 Kelvin, which is halfway between tungsten light and flashlight. And this is what it gives. I think that's quite a nice colour, and I think we're starting to see that the colour is being washed out of the face and the skin. The background is still maybe a little bit dark, but that's easily solved. We'll up the power from 75 watt seconds to about 150, giving us another stop on the background. That should do it. So there we are, that's what it is. Now this is the first test with that extra stop, and I think it's quite nice. So the thing to do is to run on and take several pictures, and we'll then choose one. But one thing we do see is the lack of the hairdresser and the lack of the makeup artist, so we've got a bit of retouching to do. Of course, on a paid shot I would have the hairdresser and makeup artist in the studio, so I wouldn't have the same problems. Now I'm going to retouch the face and play around a bit, and I'll show you the result. Now this is it. You can see I've done quite a lot. I've taken out all the little spots and things, and I've just done a general softening. over her whole skin, and then I've used Portrait Professional for that. It's quite a good program, easy to use. And I'll show you what I did with the retouching. I just took out all the spots and flattened the skin with the Portrait program, but the very light retouch on the skin. She is quite young. There's one other thing that I don't know if you've noticed, and that is that she's very slightly cross-eyed. So what I've done, if you see that, I've just moved her eye very carefully a little bit, just to straighten up her eye. Now I can show you how that's done. Very simply, I just copied it and pasted, and then retouched the other part that I could see. It really is as simple as that. So if I just put that back there, you'll see that you don't see a thing. So that's really how I do a high key. Now, of course, you can do an awful lot on the computer. Now, this next one is even more high key, and all I've done is just lighten. I haven't put a mask or anything. I've just lightened around her head. So that's quite nice too. Well, I hope that's helped you with your high key portraits. And don't forget to subscribe and come and see us on mccaudle.com. And we'll talk to you very soon. Cheers.